I'm excited to be periscoping with you guys today. I felt just very refreshed from our trip, and you better believe that I was working that business even from the beach, even from the pool. I never stop, networking, making friends. So what I loved about my trip was that I had some time to read, and that's what I wanted to just briefly touch on, is this amazing book called Facing Your Giants by Max Lucado. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so It Works. Every time I was reading something, I was like, oh, this is so applicable to It Works. And so, if you're not familiar with the story, I'm sure you probably are, but David and Goliath. Little David throws a rock and defeats Goliath, the giant. When I was just reading through David's life, and I was reading through just the fight that he had in him, I was like, gosh, can you hold it back for screenshots? Sure, you can take a picture of it really fast. There you go. You can take a picture. Okay, definitely order it, but so much of it though is so applicable to It Works and like leadership and just that fight in you. And I just want to talk about that title of just don't let fear or failure keep you from trying. That is so powerful, you guys. How many times do we get discouraged in this business? Probably constantly, right? But you have to defeat that inside of you. The power and the control that you can have over your mind can actually determine your next steps in your destiny. And I think it's just so important to stay focused on your dreams. How many times is it that when we start to pull back and we start to get discouraged, then we stop posting, we stop engaging, we stop getting into the family calls? Tonight is Show Me the Money call with Pam Souter. 17 brand new presidential diamonds. Do you guys know how much money that is? $20,000 a month is their average, and what they are earning a month. Could you imagine earning that and it changing your life? That is when you can start knocking out debt out of the park. When you're just making huge payments and you're like, goodbye debt, you don't owe me anymore, I own you. And I feel like it's so important though that you daily self-talk to yourself, because little David beat Goliath when there was a whole army of Israelites completely scared out of their mind about this Goliath giant guy. They were freaked out. They didn't want to go up next to him. Wow. If you say anything inappropriate, I will block you forever and you'll never get to be on this Periscope again. This is for It Works distributors, so you are fine to follow along and listen if you're not, but I'm working to inspire my team right now, so any inappropriate comments are going to be blocked and you will never come back again. So please keep it positive. Okay, back to what I was saying. David and Goliath. David was this little boy, you guys. He was this little boy with a huge heart. And here all these adults were scared out of their mind about this Goliath, and nobody could defeat him. No one could win against him. And there is little David, and he's got his rocks, but you know what he's got is his faith. He's got his faith, and he has his belief not only in him and himself, but he has his belief in his God, and he knows that with him anything is possible and that he can defeat any giant in his path. So here is little David, this little boy that nobody looked up to, nobody believed in, defeats the giant in front of him for all of Israel to see. Now that is winning. And I will tell you that God always picks the unlikely people to succeed. But it starts with your heart and your mind. And you have to believe in yourself in order to go somewhere in this business. You have to believe every day. believe every day in yourself that with God, anything is possible and that you are capable and worthy of those things. And I hope that that encourages every single one of you, because all of you are worth the fight. And I will tell you that for me personally, I was always on the B team. I was always on the B team. I never quite made the A team. And when I'm talking about that, I don't know how you guys were divided in school, but there was always like in the sports or in the singing or in the arts or whatever, acting, whatever. There's like the A team, and they're like the good ones. Then there's like the B team, and they're just not so good. They just can't quite hit the bar like where you're, okay. That was me growing up. I was always on the B team, okay? And I was always living in the shadows of other people, and that's fine, okay? Because I know who I was made in Christ, and that is enough for me. But what God does is that He always picks those B team players, those C team people, and He picks them up and He lifts them up. And so if you feel like you've been in the shadows, or you've been that B team person, or you are always just like, oh, can't quite get it, can't quite make the bar, you can, and that God has a plan for you, and you are worthy and able to do anything that you put your mind to. You can be that A-team player. I might have just lost you guys. Can you hear me? I just got a phone call. I'm sorry. Did it cut out everything? I hope not. If you can hear me, please try to talk or do something. I'm not sure if it just totally, you are back now. Okay, yeah, I got a phone call, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, I got a phone call. They're working on our loan for our land, and I think that was them. Great. I hung up on them because it was taking 20 minutes, and I was like, I'm supposed to be periscoping at 1:15 with my team. So that is what I wanted to share with you guys, is that you are worthy, you are able, and you need to start speaking that over your life. And the last thing that I want to share with you is that David got really good at slinging stones because he practiced every day. He was ready for the fight when it came because he knew exactly what he was doing. And I want to encourage all of you today, if you are It Works distributors, you need to practice your steps to success every single day. Even if you're not signing someone, you still need to work to complete them. You should always be asking new people to join you in this amazing adventure. And if you are excited, other people are going to be excited with you. So that was what I wanted to just share with you, is that it took David a lot of practice to get really good at what he was at, but he never gave up. And because he never gave up, he defeated a giant. And not only did he do that, God went on to bring him into bigger and greater things because he was faithful in the little. He was faithful taking care of the sheep, and he was out there every day, and he was practicing slinging that rock around and nailing things. So he was an excellent shooter by the time it came for that fight. And you all have Goliaths in your life. You all have giants that you're going to face in this business, and you need to be really good at being very consistent in this business. And every day you're working your steps. Every day you're sending out messages. Every day you're loving on people. Every day you're talking to people. I will tell you, I had a phone call with some girl on Instagram who's an amazing little chick, and I also was at the gym, and I was talking to a girl in the sauna about this incredible business, and now we're friends on Facebook. So I want you to know that anything is possible, but you've got to open your mouth, you've got to open your ears, you've got to open your eyes to see people around you and talk to them, love on them, and work this business every day. And with consistency, you are going to see so much success. So I believe in all of you. I know that you have something special in your life planned because of this business, and you are worthy. So go out there, you fight your battles, you get really good at what you're doing, and you are going to soar. Okay? Self-talk, believe, and you push through. Always do it. Okay?